In this video we are configuring the MACD technical analysis indicator in an algorithm, but the same principles apply when configuring this indicator on an algo-finder, with the exception that the algo-finder enables you to set a range of numbers and selections for each value we configure here. To add the MACD indicator, we will want to add a TA indicator, and then choose MACD. It is important to understand the difference between MACD and an MACD crossover. The crossover occurs when the two different moving averages cross, and the MACD value is actually the distance between the two moving averages at any given time. To check for an MACD crossover, you can select our crossover indicators, and then select SMA or EMA and configure the crossover as an indicator in your algorithm. Let's take a quick look at this on TradingView. We can see that the MACD indicator has two lines. In this case, one tracking 12 periods, and another tracking 26 periods, which is a very common MACD configuration. We can see the two moving averages mapped out, and we can see where one crosses over the other multiple times. These crossovers are death crosses and golden crosses, which we will discuss in a video dedicated to crossovers. What we are tracking with our MACD indicator is the difference between the two moving averages, which is mapped out here in the middle, and either red or green depending on if it's positive or negative. This chart in the middle indicates how much divergence or convergence is occurring between the two moving averages. With these principles in mind, let's take a look at the configuration for the MACD TA indicator. First, we define criteria for the alert using an operator such as lesser than or greater than. We then specify a value for which we should compare against the current market value to assess if this indicator passes or not. We could enter a static absolute value like 100, and then this would say that the MACD value must be greater than 100. We could also set this indicator to look for a percent change instead of an absolute number. When we choose to specify a percent change, we must also define how many minutes in the past we should compare against the current value. So for example, this configuration says that the MACD value must go up at least 10% over the last hour in order to pass. Now here is where we take MACD to a whole new level. I can perform MACD not just on price, but also on order books, bids or asks, or executed order books or market dominance. Users can choose which point of the OHLC candles they want to analyze, open, high, low or close. Users can then choose a candle length to analyze, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, or 1 day candles. For MACD, as we discussed prior, there is a fast moving average and a slow moving average. When the fast moving average is above the slow moving average, it is a positive number, and when the fast moving average is below the slow moving average, it is a negative value. Setting the fast and slow period defines how many periods we should use for the moving average for each line. With 1 hour candles, this means that the fast line will be a 12-hour moving average, and the slow line will be a 26-hour moving average. Your slow moving average should always have more periods than your fast moving average. 12 and 26 periods are the most common configuration and the default setting. The last configuration is for the actual MACD data, the red and green chart in the middle of the indicator. We further add the option to smooth this over a number of periods, defaulted to 9. There is nothing to stop you from changing the periods to experiment with, or use the brute force back testing engine to test a range of values for this indicator in the algo-finder. To emphasize the flexibility, I could choose to track MACD on price, volume, order books, order flow or market dominance data. There is only one place you can deep dive market analysis like this. Please watch more of our explainer videos to power up your proficiency on the platform. Thank you for watching.